Look,
Why does a one-legged man have to pay for a pair of pants? I think one-legged men are getting ripped off.
But why is it called a pair of pants?
That's where my mind went, Jake. I get your question, but my mind immediately went to why is it called a
Why
pair?
is it called a pair of pants?
Well, I guess at some point in time, this was called a pant.
No.
Okay.
And if one is a pant, then was it originally made for one-legged people to begin with?
Well, I think so, but like everything else, they stole it from the whole thing. They ripped out the...
Hey. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, good whatever. Welcome to another stimulating episode of Old Black Men Conversations. And I'm your co-host. I got the most. I'm David H. Dudley III, a.k.a. Sweet Sunny D, a.k.a. Cakey, a.k.a. Baker. And you are...
Still Jake Walker, big head talker. See when I see you.
Is that you? This is me, is that you?
A.K. Boy Wonder. Boy Wonder in the house, yeah.
The real Cliff Barnes. Happy to see my fellow compadres again. And
Gary Green, still you.
Yeah, we're on the cusp.
I'm still your personal street philosopher. I'll be forever your street philosopher till we get this figured out. Mm-hmm. And oh yeah.
So, what we're trying to figure out that would not make you the street philosopher.
Aliens, man. Let's talk about aliens.
What?
why do you keep bringing them up? You know some or what?
No, I'm still trapped between religion and aliens. You know.
Why are you trapped?
People that see aliens might think they're angels, and you know, could angels that came from above be aliens?
Or maybe they're ghosts.
I ain't seen no ghosts, man. Hell with the ghost thing.
Well, I mean, who
no.
could be angels?
And all these people,
We don't know.
Yeah.
All of the above
know
could
what?
be true.
And a lot of times,
I knew a guy named Albert Angel.
yeah.
I also knew a guy named Isaac Angel.
Wow.
Well, I'm trying to figure which one was the alien.
Well, I don't know. They were both kind of weird.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then people say like when newborn babies are sleeping and they can barely when they're new they can barely keep their eyes open, but then people say like they'll be looking up, their little eyes be open and they'll be looking up in the air like that and they just be smiling and shit and people say, wow, look at her. Oh yeah, she must be seeing angels. So maybe they see them, but they just can't tell us they see them because not a lot of us speak baby. But they apparently can talk to one another. It's really weird.
Look at the cat. When the cat is in the corner, staring up at the ceiling, tails flicking back and forth, we think the cat is stupid. Well, I don't. But the cat has another dimension we're not aware of. So we're laughing at the cat, but who's laughing at who?
Mm-hmm. Who?
Sammy got a big old butt.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Why are you looking at Sammy booty?
Yeah, what the
Samantha.
I knew he was gonna say that. I was thinking, yeah, that's short for Samantha. I knew where you were going with that.
Samantha don't flow.
Yeah,
So
did you get that text?
Go ahead.
I don't.
Jinx.
haven't
words.
checked it out yet.
Go ahead.
I can't find it.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so you looking for aliens on there?
I'm watching out for them at all times.
So that's where aliens are us? That's where you're trying to find aliens?
No. Oh, this is my monitor. You know,
No, this is
when I want to
different.
monitor where they're at and shit. You know?
Yeah.
No, that's the other store.
Yeah,
the
okay.
one that
I see.
you get aliens at the other store. That's down on the poor section of town.
Yeah, most of the time.
Everybody
Man,
else go to
the
aliens
worst
or
store
us.
I ever seen in my life.
We
man.
be
You ever
aliens
go
and
to a
shit.
store and there ain't nothing but flies and shit bugs in the mug?
What? Butts, flies,
And
and
it's-
shit.
Well, if there's shit, there's bound to be flies.
If this is a yard, and it's in the yard, it's a yard sale.
You want to see where they
It's
got,
in
they
the
got
yard.
that park right next to O'Reilly's too, man.
What now?
The butt
Yeah.
flies.
Yeah.
They park next to O'Reilly's.
Where the hell did this go sideways? What
I
was
don't
we
know
talking
how
about?
these people buying up these businesses and they're bringing the old tradition straight here, and that's their startup. And I'm trying to figure out how we even as our cognate mind in the system even allow that kind of shit now, or just like if you wanted to just have a store that sold nothing but sugar bears,
I see where you're going.
you can just go there, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why they have variety stores, because they have a
Variety of stuff.
variety of stuff. Of course, now there's some stores.
No, there's some stuff that be floating around out there that with that unclean shit.
Oh, what?
I don't know, bugs.
You mean like an open air market, like where they lied and said,
Wait,
It's the indoor store. You go in there for shit like fresh ginseng or something like that,
No.
or real ginger, natural
No.
ginger
ginger.
root and stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Like
about.
them little,
It's
like them little herb shops.
Well, they have those outside.
no,
They have these little herb shops,
Well, I'm just saying, I go to the ones that are outside.
and then
I wouldn't go to none of them if I knew that's the way they was,
Well, how are you gonna
the
have?
door, man? I was
But,
trapped too, man.
but that's what keeps you healthy.
I don't keep me around.
Well,
you have to have
I want to be able
certain
to
bad
identify
bacteria.
the bugs I got to deal with. You want to be able to know the difference,
Well, what
there's
you do,
ladybugs, there's
right? You
ladybugs
get the
out
bug
there.
spray. And
You
you
can
spray
there's
yourself.
Hey,
ladybugs
wait!
out there.
Quick question. What's a male ladybug called?
Hoe?
I know one. His name is Herman. And he just goes around.
No, but everyone we see is called a ladybug. But if one's is a male ladybug,
Okay, in the military, everybody's served,
Transgender
right?
ladybug, man. It's a
So they
trans-
tried
No,
TV,
they-
tried to go ma'am. That was a TV
they
thing.
tried man, but
That was a TV thing.
But still in all, I'm just wondering,
What?
Yeah.
what a male ladybug is called.
What?
I don't know. That's the question. That's the
there
question. Of
He's on
if
second.
anybody out there
What
knows,
do ladybugs refer to themselves as? Because that's the name we gave them. Matter of fact, well, okay, if you're a Bible believing person, it says Adam named them.
But we named
things.
everything.
Yeah.
When we find something that we never saw before, we'll name it because that's what humans do,
Okay. So,
right? But here's the deal. Okay, when you have something that's named what it does as opposed to what it is, like a fly. What would you call a fly with no wings? A walk?
I would.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, that's how.
So,
A why?
can you picture this?
Call it
Right?
a why?
A what?
A why?
Aardvark.
Why? You make it put it like that.
Aardvark.
You know what tickled me was
Okay. It
Jamie
was your
Foxx.
turn to name.
Jamie Foxx, he went up there and started talking about how well he knew religion and everything. Then he was talking about how he would have been if he was in Chris's shoes and all that.
Whose shoes?
And he wanted to be in Chris Rock's shoes.
Oh, okay, now we're right.
Yeah, you know.
And after what's his name went
and next thing you know,
laid hands on him.
Oh Lord. You think they just walked up in the room and just beat his ass or something? You know what?
I don't know, cause it's like depends on who you connected with. You know, you might have a little.
Rock, you
might
think
have
Rock
a little.
got it? He's like in that TV series.
Everybody hates Chris. I don't know. I like him. He's alright.
That shit scares me, man.
I don't know.
I don't know how well connected you could be out there in Hollywood now.
Really?
What are you talking about?
Or just troubles of the world. You know, people are living
People
the life
run-
of media.
Running up on stage, slapping people at the Oscars and shit. Remember that?
This is normal now. It went from
Okay,
Brokeback Mountain to the
I got a question.
fastest jam.
I have a question. I have a question. Serious question. What the hell happened to the aliens?
The aliens is here, man.
I don't
They
know,
said
but
they were among us.
Apparently,
That's what they said.
Apparently, we're from aliens to Brokeback Mountain, so maybe
I mean,
that's.
you know, that was part of their plan. You know, confusion. You know.
And it's working.
Well, it's working. It's working like a
I mean,
It's working like a motherfucker.
I ain't gonna be shitting myself.
Drop a pin here. It's
It comes
working.
with
I don't know.
a syndrome.
I don't know. It's
I mean,
kind of
what
weird.
do you call it? Not a syndrome. Not dumbass.
I don't know.
It has a side effect.
A
It has
side
a side
effect?
effect, you know.
Syndrome? Side effect?
And-
What has a side effect?
And the coronavirus was a booster to it. So it's like forcing people to go crazy and do really extreme shit right now.
Apparently so, because I don't remember that shit when we were kids. And
No,
stuff.
no. Every disease I thought we caught when we were kids, I thought we died from it.
No, they was telling you that so that people would buy more vaccine. But that's another issue. Remember when you used to go to parties and there would be strobe lights on them and all the dumb shit that you do in the strobe light? Remember that?
Yeah.
I thought you would expound on it.
That's subliminal.
Is it?
I thought it was. That's what I was trying to read between the lines.
We
It's
go
like
to
everybody
parties
else.
and there'd be a strobe light and then there'd be black light and then everybody would find out how much lint they had on their clothes and shit.
Yeah.
I don't like the black light part because it
And
makes the
you
lips
would
all be.
move
My lips would be green or blue.
Yeah.
Green, my lips would be green
Yeah.
or blue.
And so now you go to, and like concerts,
Uh-huh.
remember you used to have little indoor concerts like they have a stage and remember they have a light show, remember those? It's where they take an opaque projector and put a clear bowl on it and start putting
pouring
oil and food colors
yeah.
and project it on a big screen.
Yeah.
You know, they use that thing was called an opaque projector.
Yeah.
And you would put something on the flat part,
Yeah, this is
Right.
and it would go up through a series of mirrors, and it would project it like
Right.
on a whole wall.
Right.
And
And it looked like
remember how clear
the
that
blob.
well,
Yeah, blobs
it
of
was,
stuff.
and they would use like oil or
Oil and water or something.
or something else, and then they
So
would
what
use
was he
water and
looking
they put
for?
oil on it,
if you
and
get-
then they put drops of stuff in it,
And if you get
and everybody would
transcended
be sitting
into
there
that,
going,
what was
"Wow."
he looking for?
Yeah.
What was he looking for? I didn't.
Who-
All that shit seemed like a horror movie to me, man.
What?
Seeing swirly swirls and shit, and there's shit. You look at something and it changes.
Well, you don't do it like with
No, it's
regular
up
daytime mind.
You know what I'm saying?
Prep the mind.
You don't know. It's like on
So-
a big. It's like on a big old white screen behind it, and they'd be up on the stage, and everybody be down
I remember some of them
in the
did-
general
We
admission
did.
area dancing
We
and
did
stuff.
I had a teacher
We
that
didn't mosh though.
in school,
Ballad.
she would
You
do
know,
that with the
hanging
overhead
out like
projector,
that.
Yeah.
and you know, write
I'm afraid of
equations,
it.
and you could see them as she's writing. You could
Well,
see.
yeah,
them.
that was the purpose of the opaque projector. That remember they used to have them little wax pencils so you could write on the glass and erase it.
Right. And Make that squeaky sound.
Yeah,
when
oh,
you
that
raise
might be where that came from. But
Yeah.
anyway,
it. Could have
Oh,
been.
that's scary as hell, man. Don't even do this.
say
shit,
what?
man.
What?
Scaring him.
I mean, you don't.
Oh, don't even
The
talk about
sounds, the sounds, man. The sounds.
scaring him. His whole life is horror movies.
Yeah. Now,
The most of the horror movies that I've seen, and there has been many, was at his house when he was living in Spokane.
that's right. Yeah, that's
And
right.
I was over there, and my car, the radiator went out in the car, so I called him.
Yeah, and the other dude tried to steal that shit from you, man. Why did that go down like
What?
it did? Remember there was another dude that was performing there, and when he came out, his opening monologue was all about you fixing that damn water hose.
Well, yeah, 'cause he was amazed. You know, I was a road warrior back in them days.
Yeah, he said that
So
was like a miracle.
I was a minor
But you always was.
Dodge mechanic at that time.
That shit might have ran in y'all's family.
We ran over. We
That
were
was
going
bad.
over Lookout Pass and went away. But anyway, that was a good story. But back to the real getting over there at his house, and he just kept watching scary ass movies and shit. He said, "Have you seen this one?" No, check it out. And I'm like, I don't want to see this shit, man.
Yeah.
Because even in the daytime, I'm not a scary movie person, but especially at night. You know, because you hear something outside,
What
it's
they
like,
got
oh,
on
hell
there now
no.
is
Yeah,
just off
yeah,
the chain, man. They actually have little groups that are being like Ghostbusters and going and visiting and
That's it.
videotaping haunted ass places.
And then you got a reality show. I watch. I turn them off all the damn time. Paranormal caught on tape. Not here.
real
but
ghosts.
fucking-
Real ghosts and shit.
So I got a
Ghost-
question.
Ghost hunters and
I bet you can relate to this.
Yeah.
What if you dreamed, and Mr. Producer,
Yes.
what if you dreamed you were having a nightmare, and your nightmare was having a nightmare
Exactly.
of the same thing, but a real nightmare snuck into your psyche, because nightmares are in the brain, but a real nightmare snuck into the second nightmare psyche and was going to kill the first nightmare. If the first nightmare died, would you die? Because you know what they say, if you die in a nightmare.
It could be part of it.
well, it all depends on which nightmare you was in. Cause see, like, if you were in the last nightmare, then the one before that nightmare would die.
Well, I think
But
there's
then-
only one you.
No, but the whole thing is there's so many different nightmares, and if you're in a nightmare, there could be many yous.
Ah, yeah. So the nightmare
that's
could
the
keep
timeline
having
shit.
nightmares.
Nightmare.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, you would kill off all the extra nightmares until you finally just got to one, and then you can't die in that one.
I mean, for me, I can't even get that deep because I can't fathom having a nightmare within a nightmare.
Well, a lot of times you have a dream.
And I mean, just my own experience, I've had nightmares, but first person, or not. I've never had a nightmare where I'm asleep having another nightmare.
Right.
It's like I can't.
Have you ever had a dream in a dream?
Nope.
That's why they call
Not
it
that I remember.
Yeah, I don't. I don't
M.
remember.
Gary Shamalama Dong. Just think up and shit like that. Well, yeah,
But,
I've never
you
had
know,
a nightmare having a nightmare.
But it's just like you dream you're in a dream.
But that's just one dream.
Maybe the dream.
One
is
band,
having
one
a-
sound.
Maybe the dream is having a dream about having a dream.
I know, but
So now you have that
do
same.
we equate
that
dreams
same
with being terror? What's the word?
Terrorizing?
Level of
Terrorizing
insanity.
like nightmares.
Yeah, no,
Well, that's
a
true.
certain
Depends
level
on what you
of
were dreaming.
insanity. That's all, man.
But basically,
you
the
gotta
thing
dream about
is.
another dream and shit.
Basically, the thing is,
Yeah.
would you
I don't
want-
care how
Yeah.
I don't care how many nightmares you have. You can't die in them. Otherwise, you die in real life.
That's a question. I wonder if anybody's
Yeah.
ever died in their dream.
That's
There's people that die of fright all the time.
That's what-
They don't
that's what
tell us
people
about
say,
it,
yeah.
you know, man?
they just
But I mean, not died like they still live, but in their dream they died.
right. But then
So and then I'd be like, well, what happened when you died in your dream?
Well, I became
Question.
an airplane
Well-
in my dream.
What?
What?
But you didn't. Okay.
Wait, what? You did what in your dream?
I became an airplane.
Oh yeah, well,
Like
Oh,
a, like
yeah,
a,
we
like
can
a
all
short,
turn it down.
a short
I was
airplane.
a transformer, man. I was a
that show
transformer.
kind of looks like the Disney movie Cars, only it was planes. Yeah, you had a face and was talking.
Yeah, and
you had a
what was flying
propeller on
around?
your
But
nose.
what was that name of that?
The name of what?
There was a cartoon like that, man, or a book or
It was
something.
called Cars.
No,
And
with
all the
airplanes.
cars. And then I
With
think they
airplanes.
did one where they had some airplanes. And the airplane had a propeller on its face and everything.
Yeah, they do that, man. They steal and grab and just say.
Mr. Wizard, I want to be an airplane today. Add to it, come on.
Oh, man.
So,
Nobody's been into that VR much.
in the VR.
No, man, I'm not. I stay out of
You stay
VR.
in here?
I have enough trouble with regular R.
VR.
He knows what
Very hard.
What?
Like Cliff and I,
virtual
regular R
reality.
works, but VR, very R, I stay away from very R.
Virtual reality.
Oh,
Reality's harder to do.
It's just like
That's
Star
what I
Trek,
said.
man. You know.
I don't
Like
need
Star Trek.
virtual, and my
I'm not
regular
into Star
reality
Trek.
is
You wasn't
interesting
into Star
enough.
Trek. I thought everybody was into Star Trek, man.
No.
Into what?
No.
Star Trek.
I like the first Star Trek movie.
I like the first Star Trek.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't.
I
I
thought
didn't.
everybody was into
I didn't.
Star
I
Trek.
didn't like the next 5. No, 4. There's 4 more. TV. The Star Trek movie was kind of. It was okay, but the original series, and then they had Next Generation, and then
Oh,
they had.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Then they had Enterprise, they
Right.
had Voyager, and Deep Space Nine.
9. Yeah,
That
those
was
were-
all from the original stories and characterizations that Gene Roddenberry first did on
Yeah, I'm not.
in
I never
1966.
I'm
What about the
surprised
other
at
one?
that.
And the first interracial kiss on network television.
Star Wars.
Captain
That's Star Wars.
Captain Kirk and
No,
Uhuru.
Star Trek.
I didn't like that because
What? The first interracial
right
kiss?
because she should have said, I don't know what planet you've been on, and
Because he would always be going, oh, they're bored. Like you know? He's a green or purple person.
yeah, I didn't
you
like
know?
that.
But anyway,
You're right,
yeah.
you're
But
right.
no, the thing is, they were under some kind of spell because it was. I can't remember the episode, what the whole thing. But they were kind of not themselves.
Well, yeah, because
Even though they had been thinking about it for a long time, but whatever the situation was, that they were, those
Right.
thoughts came to the forefront. And
the
then,
time
you
they
know.
went to that planet, drug them inium,
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and he was putting it in their drinks.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
But
he was giving them space roofies and shit.
If anybody should have been getting all of it, it should have been Spock. Because Spock was like, you're coming home with me.
No, and he got the mind belt, so he could just get in your head and know exactly what you're thinking.
Exactly.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's that. But see, he was an alien.
So that goes back.
Back to
Are we
the
talking
man.
about white privilege?
Well, no, he was half alien.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. He was
His
happy.
his mother was Vulcan, and
Yeah,
his
she was fucking
and
with them
his
niggas
dad
that thought they were half Christian.
his
They
dad
living
was
around
an
the Vatican
Earthling.
and shit.
And
They
so
was
Spock is half Vulcan. He's not a full Vulcan, but he's got a whole lot more Vulcan tendencies than Earth tendencies, and he's got this logic thing, which I guess
Yeah,
I
they're
guess
just
it
like a
must,
whole new.
Okay,
I guess
but-
it must be a Virgo.
If you were Spock, would you put up with Kirk's bullshit every episode?
They did. It worked for them.
Well,
That's because that was the script. But I'm saying,
no, but the thing is, if you look at it logically, what difference would it make? He's
Yeah.
still gonna be the same
Yes.
asshole next episode.
I know, but it's like, beam me down, Scotty, and Spock's going. I should be the one going down. You know, all these fine women down here.
On who?
Why is Kirk?
Because he's the captain.
Well, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
his ship.
If you was put him to sleep, I mean, you're
You grab him by the shoulders.
Yeah.
And,
No, I'm
No,
going.
There
Yeah.
was some
Two-
kind of weird
two to beam
commitment
down.
there, huh, man?
Right.
okay, make that one to beam down. And
Right.
just leave his ass laying on
So
the side.
Kirk, you go sit in the chair and do this.
Yeah, I know. Watch out, turbulence. Space
Now,
turbulence.
wait, I got a spaceship banks in space. There's no,
Why were you
there's
doing
no
that?
atmosphere.
Because I used to watch them do
That's
that
true.
sometimes on there.
Yeah.
Where they take off.
There's no atmosphere.
He
That's
said,
why-
let's go
that's
that
why
way.
they can't
And you
use
see them
jet
all going.
engines.
Yeah.
You heard it.
That's why they can't use jet engines in space.
Right.
Because there's no air. Which
Yeah.
Can I?
Honestly,
I have a peeve. Can I bring it up?
Go ahead.
is, why not? It's your show.
No, it's his show. It's
No,
his show.
No, it's your
It's
show.
y'all show.
Okay. So I'm a champion of the underdog.
natural.
Look,
Why
the
does a
thing is
one-legged man have to pay for a pair of pants? I think one-legged men are getting ripped off.
But why is it called a pair of pants?
That's where my mind went, Jake. I get your question, but my mind immediately went to why is it called a
Why is
pair?
it called a pair of pants?
Well, I guess at some point in time, this was called a pant.
No. That's
Okay.
And if one is a pant, then was it originally made for one-legged people?
one-legged people
to begin with?
Well, I think so, but like everything else, they stole it from
The whole thing was
they ripped out
They made one, and the dude was like, but I got 2 legs, so I need a pant.
But no, why do you call it a pair of pants? It's only one object. It does have 2 legs, but it's only one object.
Why are you looking at me like that,
And
man?
you could put on, and if you cut the legs off, then you could just put the
strange
legs
about
on and
that.
not put on the goddamn
One
top.
leg.
Or you could just put the top on as shorts and not have the pant legs.
Okay.
But I don't know why they call it a pair of pants. I've been wondering that for
Clever.
some time.
Yeah.
Might have guessed.
Because there's 2 legs.
Your gun has 2 legs.
No, because
You're gonna
there's 2
dress
legs.
like Chinese. Huh? You're gonna
Because
dress
it's
like
2 legs?
Chinese.
Yeah,
And how
pair.
might that be?
a pair of
You know,
pants.
But like
Yeah.
Cliff
We already are.
right out of pant
Yeah,
is,
pretty much, huh?
We already
So-
are.
That's
was that a pair of pants or was
No.
that the same pant?
That was two. That was 2 pairs.
That was 2 pairs.
Yeah, because you went.
1 pant, 2 pants.
No, but it was
The same pant twice?
exactly.
What's the
Same pant twice. Just like a pair of 2s in poker.
Right.
there you
Deuces
go.
never
There you go.
loses.
So,
I won a lot of money in a pair of deuces once from all my coworkers.
So in one episode, which I don't remember the number of the episode, it was brought up that we've lost the formula on how to boil water. No, how to get back to the moon.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now,
Someone deleted it, so they had to come up with
in
a
a
whole
few
new,
years, we're
They had
going
to come
back.
up with a whole new. They had to come up with a whole new formula.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry.
So
why they
Not
call
me
it
either,
the
but
I've just been watching some stuff on, giving info. So yeah, the telemetry data that they used to get to the moon has been lost, and it would be a long process to get it back. Also, the original tapes from the moon landing, the recording,
Oh yeah.
NASA taped over them because of budget cuts,
Oh, I thought.
and they needed tape.
I thought it was because.
Wow.
I thought it was because of Super Bowl.
wow. Yeah.
Didn't say what they
Yeah.
taped. Could have been the Super
By the
Bowl.
way, that space Uber with what's his name, Zuckerberg or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, he just
He
lost.
got
a lot.
an Uber.
No.
He got a space Uber.
No, not Zuckerberg. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, it's like it's like it's hard to impress people anymore. So now it's like
You already
back in
said
the day,
that.
you want to take a ride in my sports car, and then now it's like, yo, baby, you want to take a ride to outer space?
Yeah, you
Right.
How the hell
to
you
the
gonna
moon or
compete with
something.
that shit?
Take over to the moon for real.
For real? Wait, we watched him go. That wasn't for real.
No, that. Did you see that last rocket that
That he just blew one up. But that's not. But
He said,
but the
no,
moon.
they said in the taping of it that when the rocket went up, it was supposed to perform a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, well, it didn't make it.
that's mechanical.
But
But
the whole-
I bet I
but that-
guarantee you that
but
was
that-
all
It was
but
supposed
that has
to do
You know
a
what?
loop-de-loop.
But
I
that
think
has
that,
nothing
you
to
know
do-
what?
Oh.
I think the fact that they say that they lost or whatever they can't find
Right.
the original formula proves that it never happened.
Well, the whole thing
it
is.
happened.
The
Everybody
whole
saw
thing
it.
is, you probably can't use the same data anyway, because first it's a much bigger rocket, a much bigger payload that they're trying to put up there.
at
Second,
once.
we don't know how much the Earth and the Moon have gone together, or you know what I mean,
Why not?
because the universe is in constant flux. It's always moving.
So,
So, if it's always moving, the numbers are not going to be quite the same.
but they're going to be similar. You're supposed to have a
No, they
what
didn't.
they call template
But they didn't.
because it did happen.
But see, that's just it.
Close
Template-
just ain't gonna get it. Millions of miles away. Not for me.
Right.
I'm like,
Because
Is the
otherwise,
That's funny.
because otherwise
is the
they'll
moon
be,
supposed to be out that
Closer.
window?
otherwise, I know they'll be sitting there going, wow, if this doesn't work, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? But I mean, you know,
It's just machinery.
they could have gone to the
It's
moon,
just machinery and shit.
or they could have not.
Experiment with.
I wasn't there.
I like
Boy, you're taking a shot. You're taking a big chance.
Exactly.
They could have,
They
or they
coulda.
couldn't. They couldn't have, could have,
They could have
or they,
or not.
or not.
They could have done it or not. They may have done it. You know? I don't know.
Okay.
Playing
No,
the
we
percentage
watched
on that,
we
you know.
watched it.
Yeah, we
You
watched
watched
it.
something. Yeah.
No, I mean we watched it. We watched the broadcast that they said was us landing on the moon. Well,
was
them
something.
landing on the
Yeah,
moon.
right, something.
You know?
And cut. All right.
Man went to
Right.
his deathbed. His man,
That's a
that
wrap.
man went to his deathbed saying that, you know, what happened actually if they really went there, you know.
None of them
He
would.
wouldn't have been
None
that
of them
brainwashed to
would
really
put, none of them
believe,
would put their hand on the Bible and swear to it.
you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, man.
Is
I
this
think he would be
is this
begging
reality?
for a Bible at the end.
Would this not be reality? What we're doing?
VR.
Is this the
Yeah.
real
Could we not be real?
Is this
Are we not men?
You'll know the difference.
We are
You
deep.
know the difference. You'll know the difference. It's just like the Star Trek, man. You have a room that can assimilate another environment, which you can build yourself. You
let
know,
me see, I
you can
think-
have a greenhouse
Wait,
where it
wait.
looks like a tropical
Wait.
something nice, and you know what I'm
Wait.
saying. You can walk in the
That
mud.
sounds like a sound stage.
Well, it
Yeah, it
depends on
does.
what kind of stereo you playing. You know.
One,
Yeah.
they had a fake Mars expedition. It came on. That movie was like 1970, 71, and it was called Capricorn
I've been
One.
watching.
It was directed by
It was called
the guy who directed that movie.
yeah.
He also came out because he's dead now, I believe. But one of his final interviews, he said, "I directed the moon landing." He's like, and then I did the Capricorn movie. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
these are the things
That-
I've watched.
But
Yeah.
they created the whole. They created the whole set. Everything
And that's
looked
the
like the
snitched on
moon.
NASA.
Everything looks like the moon and what have you. And then when dude comes out and he jumps off of that bottom step,
Uh-huh.
you know, that could have just been special effects slow motion. Take it in 32, put it back in,
I ain't
in
trying to make
16.
no movie. You know me. I ain't trying to watch make or do.
You know,
You
and
know?
then,
Cause I mean, I put that time in, man. I thought about us coming up, man, and I say the average niggas that we know, probably around 14, 15, they were either trying to work their way up, you know,
to what?
to survival. To what we thought was survival when you're no longer living at home with your parents and stuff like that.
At 14?
I say 14 to 15 because
Well, them
that's the
parents
only
was
time where your
'cause I was
parents still
there when I
got
was
this
30.
control where they keep your ass at school
My
or
mom,
whatever
my
they had
mom
to do.
wouldn't let me drop out at 14.
No,
Man,
I didn't say
want
nothing
to.
about no dropout, man. You know, there's women with babies at 16, you know, going to school, you know, you gotta stay with
No,
the times when
but
that
what I'm
changes.
saying is at 14 you have trouble surviving because you can't get a job.
True.
And so living at home is advantageous at that moment.
And that wouldn't work.
That was like preparation. When you're 14, 15, all of that is preparation because your parents still have this certain control about how shit is going and stuff. And so,
Well, of course. Why
you know, there's an end road.
My house, my
You know what I'm
rules.
saying?
Get out. Yeah,
You
that's
know,
right.
there's an
Yeah.
end thing to it, though. You know,
Not really.
And
or
then
you
things
just
to
thought
what?
you could live at home forever and ever and ever.
Oh, I know
I
several.
get till I was
I
30.
know. I
you
know
know,
several.
I was
You
folks.
live a long
scared.
time with your parents and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but that shouldn't be your number one goal.
It don't matter.
I don't know.
There's so many kids
Because we're
that.
all, in, you know.
No, I'm
There-
just trying to. I'm just
there's
trying
so
to
many-
find a direction. to
No,
go
there's
in.
so many college graduates that owe so much money
They
they
can't
move
afford
back
it.
into their parents' house
Yeah.
and start paying on them student loans. So that's happening a lot now. You got a
That's
bunch
where
of
I was
people.
at. I was
You
going
got
to
a bunch
school
of.
living there.
Excuse me, your niece.
Give them some weed or something.
No, and I was told,
Your niece.
as long as you're in school,
You can stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Damn.
I don't remember her.
That's
I
why we
remember
came
the door
before.
always being open to my
No.
mama's house. And
Well,
stuff
well,
like that.
yeah.
But you know,
Oh,
after a while, there's a matter of space and.
But after a while,
you know what I'm saying?
no, it's a matter of, you know what? I want
Okay.
to do my
I know
shit
yeah.
when I want to
You
do
want to
it.
do it,
I
yeah.
want to walk
serious,
around in
man.
my underwear.
Matter of fact,
But
I was at
anyway.
my parents' place until I got hired at Boeing.
Yeah.
And I still hung out there.
And a lot of your parents wanted you.
Yeah, they
Parents-
wanted
They wanted you
yeah.
to be here.
They say that we want you to get, but when you do, then they go all of a sudden give you a whole bunch of reasons why that's not as good an idea as we
You
were
thought
trying
it
to make.
was. You thought it was.
Yeah, because you know, and
I'm
and
looking
then
at all
now-
the time that was being misplaced
dude.
when we were just normally having fun then.
Right,
you know, we weren't even tripping like that.
But
Yeah.
when we moved out, it didn't cost but about a tenth of what it costs to move
yeah.
out now.
Get a 1-bedroom apartment for $100 or something.
$150.
Dude, that penthouse we had in Interbay was a $1.60. Me and Reg was paying $80 a piece.
The light bill was
I know
like
y'all had
88
that
cents a
bill.
month or something.
Big old giant house.
You know, we had the penthouse apartment in
Yeah.
Interbay.
Yeah.
Okay, I had an academic problem.
You said it right, too.
Yeah.
You said it right.
Now pay the fucking
You got
attention,
problems
because I'm going to
saying
say this real gooder.
Gooder
In my
than last.
English.
Gooder than last
That
time.
was good. That was great.
What is better, a D- or an E+? Or are they the same?
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay,
Well, the deal was-
I'll set it
It
up.
looks
good
better.
one.
It
That was
looks
good
better on the transcript. It might have been better.
Oh, you're good. It looks better on the transcript. D-, you know. The reason I ask, does an E+ mean you tried but you're just stupid? And does a D- mean you just didn't give a shit?
Well, I think in my case, man, just didn't give it.
The reason I ask after all these years, I'm trying to figure out, did I flunk out of school in the right direction? Or did I give up? Because I was that guy.
Well,
Shit,
senior year, we didn't spend much time at school at all.
I know. We'd
Yeah.
be out of the
You know.
U district.
Oh, we'd be in Seward Park.
Right, Seward Park
Or
would
Seward
be the
Park or U
racetrack.
District.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be up in Seward Park, and then we go to U District some at nights and sometimes.
Man,
on
I sure hate.
weekends.
I don't know how rich you would have had to be to shut them people up about how that place was being run.
What
Because
place?
Seward Park, where we could drive around the loop. You could park on.
Well, that was
The outer.
that.
You know,
What happened was,
That was a safety
too many
issue.
people at that little, as you're coming down the hill,
Uh-huh.
and then you turn left,
Hello.
too many people got
Good.
fucked up and drove into the damn lake.
Wow.
That's
We're
what
driving
happened.
into
right.
the lake. From
No. Also, that same spot where people would try to park, and then it eroded that, so the road kept getting thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
So you couldn't park around there anymore. And then they just said, you know what? The kids are getting over there causing a lot of trouble. What the hell? We'll just close the whole thing. But you can bike and walk around there.
It used to be in both directions too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And the road got thinner and thinner. And at first it was one
You
way.
see how thin it is now?
Yeah.
I ain't even walked around.
If you walk around or bike around, it ain't but what, about 4 or 5 feet wide, because it eroded it off.
Oh, okay.
You know, but
It
people
did.
would park on the side,
Yeah.
and I think a car actually did roll off that puppy.
I
because
wouldn't
it was
be
too-
surprised.
Got too close to the edge,
Yeah.
and
Went
so
down there,
you know.
there was some
But that was
frost
fun.
on the ground
That was
or
fun on the
something.
other side of that beach. The beach on that side that we drive to.
I hate that.
You know.
That's one of that and Volunteer Park. That was two of the places that I wish were always right. You know, they kept right and keep right. You know.
Well, you know,
Hey, but like you
Volunteer
said,
Park,
there
right?
wasn't that many people there.
Volunteer Park was still okay.
Yeah.
They
There wasn't
started
that
having
many-
cons.
So
They
what
had
they
started
gonna do
having
about
cons.
population control, man?
I don't know that they were trying to do anything about it.
Yeah, they got their ways, man. They just
Well, they're
send a
letting-
hurricane to your house.
They're letting 13-year-olds kill
Drop
each
a
other.
tornado.
That's what they're doing about it. The babies are killing each other.
Yeah, well, you know, that's one thing.
The babies
just-
making babies.
you
and
just
babies
hand
killing
Babies making babies.
You just hand out a bunch of firearms and they'll kill each other off.
And
That's
you know
what
that's
they're hoping,
planned.
But they still got
Yeah.
Because it's like only
you
they
gotta
are going
develop
to kill
a
each other.
defense or have a
It's
defense.
kind of,
you
I don't know,
Yeah.
self-inflicted genocide?
Yeah,
Is
pretty
that what,
much.
Is that what it
No,
is? You
cat-
know?
That's a part of it, not all of it, but yeah,
hell,
that's
it's
a
a
big part of it.
casualty of war and shit. Don't, you know.
Yeah, well, I
If
don't,
we go to war, we just all got to commit
I don't know
and then
about- I don't know
decide
about
what
that
block
war.
are we going to defend.
Okay, I have another question.
yeah,
Can you be too stupid to be stupid?
all depends on your definition
Be
of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, do regular stupid people have a bottom where they look at somebody and go, "Now you too fucking stupid to be one of us"? I mean, is it possible to be too stupid to be stupid?
I don't think that the stupid person has the mindset that you're too stupid. No, yeah, they do. Yes, I don't think there's a bottom to stupidity.
No, that's
You're dead after that.
That's true.
Okay.
To be so stupid that you die for whatever
But then
stupid reason.
a lot of times, smart people ask stupid questions too. So
But do you have to be stupid to know what's directed at you?
it's hard to say. If you're really, really stupid, you're not gonna understand
Now,
anything
what the
that's
hell is
going on
stupid,
anyway.
though?
But
What
if I
is
ask you a
stupid?
stupid question, you're gonna
What
be
is
the
stupid?
only one in the room to go, "What the fuck? I got this."
I always thought it just meant
Well,
somebody was walking, they had a stupor when they walk, you know? They had a little stupor
No,
when
that's
they walk.
stupid. No. This is
Stupid. What is stupid?
Yeah.
The leg pops up for no reason. Once in a while, you're like,
No.
wait a minute.
I took that in the direction
just
I
another
didn't.
derogatory term to throw at somebody. you
Stupid.
know.
I don't think we even
Idiots,
understood the
morons,
English language back in the 50s. I'm
you
going to be
know.
honest with you. I think we were still
There used
all
to-
pretty
There
much
used to be a
open
chart.
to our native language. And
There used
whatever
to be a
was
chart.
floating around in that household right there, that was the language that we understood. I think we were real defiant about trying to learn another language outside the household in
babble.
the 50s. So, yeah,
Okay.
our generation.
But is that true?
No.
Because I think it's always been the dynamic of you are one way and there's the way what's going on in your house is the way it is at home. But whenever you go to school or you're with your friends, it's always a different world.
Right.
You're a product
Right.
of
So I don't think it's
environment.
ever it may be a different language than maybe the kids translate to now. But again, there's always an old person telling a young person, "Well, back in my day." So everybody's had, I think, their time of an adult
That's
looking
a
at
cycle,
them like,
it's
Yeah.
a never ending cycle,
but if you
it
have-
never stop.
If you have another
Yeah.
if you run into a person from another country or another culture,
They won't understand
they
your ass.
seem
You be
to
fighting
learn
with it.
English.
You'll end up fighting with
they
their ass.
seem to learn English a lot faster than we learn their languages.
Yeah.
I think that's because I hate
You
to
know?
throw "we" in there, but
know,
the
we're-
American
the
society
ugly American,
has
yeah.
done an amazing job of impressing upon the world that English is the quote top language, or the universal language.
That's true.
In the other countries, most have
Because-
folded to that and be like, okay, we're teaching English here.
Because we're too
And that's-
lazy to learn it.
You know, here
and-
we have
and-
electives to learn these things, and I didn't want to, so I got out of taking a second language in high school.
Yeah.
But
How'd you do that?
I learned the loopholes of the school system.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I got out of gym class too.
I
okay.
took mine in junior high.
Yeah,
It's-
but I went to Japan
Yeah.
in high school, and we went to a school over there, and I mean English, that is a required course for everybody, and of all ages, from kindergarten up through. But here, get out of it.
In addition to Japanese,
Mhm.
they speak Japanese at home, but at school they make them speak English, and they learn it, and they come up. So
That's
now,
because we're superior.
if you
Well,
That is the whole mindset.
look,
We are Americans. We are superior.
this is why the
We
world
don't
hates
have to learn
Americans.
shit.
Exactly.
they are
Yeah.
colonizers.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole thing is, I'm thinking, if you're talking to a kid from another culture, and they can speak their language fluently, and then they can also speak your language fluently, does that make you less smart or stupider than a fourth grader?
I hear you where you come from.
Because they're bilingual.
I mean, I feel like that's a valid question,
I mean,
honestly.
they're bilingual. These are children like the children who are really African Americans. Okay, they from Africa. Now they live in America. They still speak their language, Somali or
Right.
Ethiopian.
What we speak at home, right?
They still speak that, but out in the world in general, and they're speaking English, but all of a sudden they drop off into that. It's like, well, okay, I was fine when you were speaking English, but now I don't know where the hell you are. Because you and your buddies just went off into a whole nother world.
I don't think that has to do with intelligence. It has to do with
I'm just saying.
what have you learned, or what do you do?
Maybe I'll rephrase it. Does that make you feel less smart?
Because we're not bilingual. I hear you.
Well, okay.
It makes sense.
I kind of do, because at work we have one guy in one of the labs. I think he was I don't know what part of China he was, or he's Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
He could not speak English very well. He spoke very broken English, and
So
I felt
he
sorry for it because he
so
would
he
always
pretend.
apologize. I'm sorry, I don't. So we would write down pictures of stuff, and he would write the name right next to it in Chinese, so I could make him not feel like what you were saying. Stupid, because it's not his fault.
But the whole
You know.
thing is, it's not his language. What I'm talking about is he can speak the hell out of Chinese.
Yeah.
A lot of Chinese people that I've run into in America can speak the fuck out of English and speak Chinese. Cause when we used to ride the bus, when we were kids, we'd ride the bus and go through Chinatown.
Yeah.
And so all the little Chinese ladies would be back there, and they'd be just speaking in, Mandarin
Right.
and different whatever. And so the thing is, we were little assholes. So basically, the deal is we look like we were listening intently, and then when they'd laugh, we'd laugh. And
Drop some change on the ground. Ding dong.
Yeah.
We
No, but basically,
God,
the thing
made me
is,
think about Joe Willie.
basically the thing
You
is,
made me
we're
think Joe Willie
we're
taking us
just
to them
basically
Japanese
we're
movies up there in
mimicking.
Columbia
Right.
City, man.
You know,
Right. So
Remember
who
that?
was really the dumb one?
Remember that?
But
You remember that movie with?
The Blind Man. It was
No,
like,
no.
Which one? Not the one where they're cutting off the arms. or something.
No. When they had the one armed man, he was different. But no,
the one arm
the
man.
one
we saw,
armed man
man.
and the blind
The
man.
Blind Man came down.
These are kung fu movies. No, we should go down Chinatown. That
No,
theater. And
and
see 'em.
yeah, we had that one and the one in Columbia
The one
City.
in Columbia City came
The
later.
Filipino community.
That came later.
Wasn't
but-
it?
but-
Well, I thought it was the
But
same.
we would go down to Chinatown to the theater that got destroyed during the earthquake.
Yeah.
And it never got built, and now it's some kind of high rise. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
4 or 5
Right.
stories.
Yeah, I mean-
it's more than just.
Oh, that was
High rise for the height of the
Every time
community.
he went down
So-
there, we saw.
Oh, yeah,
we
man.
saw some
So
good-ass
what's the
movies.
one word everybody on this planet knows? I don't care where they're from. What's the one international word that everybody knows?
On this planet? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Okay, people. I've heard a lot of people from a lot of different languages,
Yeah.
and they go blah 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Me.
So, I mean, that's one.
I'd
That's
say
one
me.
universal.
I would say yes or
I
no.
said me.
No,
Yeah.
probably
And
no.
me.
Yeah, no.
Some
No.
form of no, but it's nigger. Don't care what country they're from, everybody knows that one word on this planet. Now, why is that?
Interesting.
Niger?
I didn't know that.
Well, they try to clean it up by saying
Yeah.
nigger, but we know what you're really saying.
Yeah, we
Well, that was a country.
Yeah.
In
Or Niger,
Africa.
right?
No,
Nigeria?
it's called Niger. When we was kids, it was called Niger.
Oh, okay.
Niger. That's right, Niger.
Niger. But now
Yeah, I
it's
thought it was
called
Niger.
Niger. Now it's called Niger. And then you had Nigeria. you
Yeah,
know,
somebody did a survey, and it was hard to find somebody that didn't know
Huh?
that
Hey,
word
I don't know.
or how to what it referenced to.
I don't know. There might.
I mean, was this survey a world survey or a country survey?
But the whole thing is, it also depends on whether or not these people are urban or rural. Because there might be a bunch of people that are like in rural parts of China that don't know that word and a whole bunch of other words. Because
I don't know. I saw this
Because
TikTok
they-
video where these people was in the rice paddies, Asian folks. I don't know where, but they was in the rice paddies working. Boy, they put on a song. It was Biggie. Boy, and they both the Asians, a guy and a girl. They came and they started doing this stuff. I was like, niggas had no shoes on, rice paddies, straw hats, but they was I don't know.
Yeah.
I think.
But I mean, there's a lot of rural places that aren't, but with the internet and everything, I can see how everybody could, I mean, not necessarily everybody in that country knows that word, but you could find someone in every country of the world that would know it, or a few someone, but I don't know.
What if the aliens landed? The aliens come to us as like we expect them to be. Prototypical, yeah, you're an alien because this is how you present yourself to me, right? There's no... You couldn't be anything else because I pictured you as this alien, right?
And you have no
Little
passport.
gray eyes.
Anyway.
And
You
what
have
if they
those
spoke
ears.
to it?
You have those ears.
Yeah, the ears, right. The caricature alien came to us, and
With the big eyes.
they didn't speak in English. They spoke like in broken Mexican or something like that. That was how. Would this country freak out because of the fact they didn't come in English, and so this country can't say, well, to the scientists, okay, you can't talk to them. We have to militarize these people, but we don't even know what they're saying.
I think what would happen is white America will be up in arms if alien race came down and started speaking Mexicans because they would be like, you see, this is why we didn't want them across the border.
CJ,
It's like, I told you them aliens was... They're bringing their abuelitas and everything.
They just flew across the wall. They just flew out.
Yeah, I picked that up. Like
Yeah, that's too crazy.
the alien speaking Mexican. Oh, the white folks did. See, told you.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up.
That was funny.
But anyway,
But how would they communicate with us globally?
because
Don't they have telepathy? All right, I guess I've been watching movies.
right?
They just get in your mind.
That's where the fight started.
or a
See,
universal translator.
that's where the real fight started.
Would they?
What?
You know, the soldiers and shit. You know, somebody would be defiant against that
No, but-
that pressure, whatever's happening there, where they can control your mind to hear what you're thinking and you talk to you through your mind.
Yeah, the aliens can do that. If they did that, ain't shit we can do.
That's
gonna do?
What
that
you gonna
sounds
do?
like some satanic ass bullshit lie that they've been telling people.
It could be. I mean, it could all be bullshit. Who
They
knows
wouldn't
how
be so
aliens
worried about
talk?
us.
Right.
Be killing us if they didn't think we had something in our mind that they just couldn't touch and shit, and they went.
But we have to believe that's true because look at what.
No, you don't. No,
Okay,
you don't.
look at
No,
what
you
we
don't.
do as a species. We
I
take other animals, capture them,
And probe their butts.
open them up, probe their butts. Some of us, not all of us, Cartman. So
I felt that part of biology. I couldn't cut the frog
You know.
off, man. I couldn't do it. to
okay, and what do Earthling kids do? Like mean shit, like there'll be a spider.
Pull the
We'll
wings
grab
off the
ants and
flies.
throw them on the spider web to watch the spider eat them,
Or
Nah,
vice versa.
or
I killed
vice
13
versa.
cats one
They'll
time,
throw a
man.
cricket on the anthill. And the ants
Yeah,
just-
right. I mean,
What
we
movie
don't.
was that? Oh, The Wild Bunch. In The Wild Bunch, they had the kids, they were all sitting around, and that's what they done. They took a scorpion and put him on the anthill, and the ants just was eating his ass up.
Oh yeah, some of those
Sam
best
Peckinpah.
YouTube videos are camel spider versus praying
Yeah,
mantis or
right.
shit. You know,
Right.
stage fights.
I've been watching them, man. But
They had
Then why did you like no? And then I didn't watch them, man. Just don't tell me anything.
I don't want people to know I be watching all that nature shit and stuff like that. I watch the. I
That's
like
the
them,
best stuff on.
animal
It's real.
beatdowns. Them animal beatdowns they be having on there with dudes. They had the news to show the dude's head, and the bear had bit him, and they said when the bear bit down his head, it just went like that.
Oh man, I can hear that when you say. I heard the brain
Okay,
squeak.
right. It's time.
Yeah.
They showed the
almost that
dude
time.
afterwards.
Hey,
He's up there
wait,
doing
wait.
like a documentary afterwards,
Hey, man,
how it felt and all that
I
shit.
saved some of that for last week because that's good stuff you got.
For last week? yeah.
That's the
And
good
he's the
stuff
one
you
that
got
doesn't
going.
smoke.
hey.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks for joining us for this stimulating, titillating, whatever-lating episode of Old Black Men Conversation.
Relating.
We hope
Copulating.
to see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe,
Yeah.
hit that like button for Say It Loud Productions
On YouTube.
on YouTube.
Be seeing him from the boy Wonder. Everybody stay safe.
Happy trails.
Happy trails to you.
Hey, the real Cliff Barnes saying, see you next time.
All right. Well, I just want to say on my way out, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So, Spring, appreciate what you're doing for us.
Yeah.
Keep it up. So, the next time we talk, Spring, I don't want to see no setbacks. All right? Otherwise, we're going to have a conversation. So, good job, Spring. Keep it
Yeah.
up.